It's a rainy day, except probably that's a slight exaggeration. It's one of those days when it's misting and drizzling and the streets are damp, and that's about it. So if you go out, you feel like maybe you're going to start growing moss, in your hair or something, but other than that, you're not going to get very wet. Later on, it might rain, and so I dressed for the occasion in my parka that is decorated in a fish motif. I don't know that you can really see the fish on it. Unfortunately, the most visible part to it is looking at the scales on the design. And so I'm not really sure how complimentary it is to be presenting myself. I can't even talk. I'm so concerned about it. Presenting myself as a scaly creature. I don't think that's what we do in this country. We put on tons and tons of lotions and moisturizers and soaps that are full of all kinds of fats to keep ourselves from being scaly. But I assume that when a person has done all that, it's okay to say, look at this fish and how interesting the design of the scales is. And I think that that's a statement I've really never made before and probably shouldn't have made now. But at any rate, I'm considering rainy days and how for me time just travels differently on these days. Sounds are different, they're more muted, and the colors are like grays and browns and not the vibrant colors that the sun brings. I sort of like rainy days, but not if they go on for a long time, because I really like the colors. I like hearing sounds vibrantly, unless they're really harsh sounds, and that's of course not great either. But at any rate, I'm beginning to ramble before I even start to take you on the journey of a rainy day and how an urban waif might explore that, or anybody for that matter. How do you swim through a rainy day and find it to be a natural habitat? You can see the stairs are slick and damp, and so is the street. Nobody wants to be out driving in that, and I'm among those nobodies. So I'm going to stay inside, and I'm going to make chicken soup. I'm going to go in the kitchen, but as I go, I'm remembering the saying about how a chicken in every pot is desirable. And I've got pots on the stove, but I think I only need one pot and one chicken, and I don't think that all chickens fit in the pots in the same way. It's very confusing. We don't need this complication. So I'm just going to stick to chopping up vegetables and putting them in the pot and not watching the pot so it can boil faster than it would if I were watching it. But I do know that a covered pot boils the fastest, and now here we have the finished product, chicken soup, and now it's in the bowl. Rainy day, chicken soup, so much better than wearing a fish parka or being a glass fish in a glass bowl.